Hello, friends. My name's Gwendolyn Davis. I work as a mind coach at Vitality Weight Loss and Wellness Center, and I have private clients. I love helping people create healthy habits that they desire and to feel better mentally and physically. It's an ongoing process in my own life, and now I found a way to share this with YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. And so it's a fabulous opportunity to keep sharing what's possible. So in my church, I was teaching a class on living in a beautiful state, and I've offered it in my community, and I'm going to do it with my youth group in a couple of weeks because this is valuable. It's so life-changing. I mean, lots of things are life-changing, but this is kind of foundational that we have a choice on how we want to show up. We can choose to live in a beautiful state or choose to be in suffering, always two roads. And even off of those roads, lots of other roads. But just for basics, living in a beautiful state or suffering. So in this video, we're going to talk more about what is a beautiful state, how can you get there, and then maybe a couple more videos with examples and breaking the pattern that takes us to the road of suffering. There's so much information to learn. Okay, so here's some of the feelings or states that we talked about when I taught this class. So living in a beautiful state can be peace and light and love and hope and patience and forgiveness and joy, contentment, giving, determined, appreciation, courage, laughter, thankful, happy. There's many states, but here's a few. So it really is deciding every single day that I'm going to choose to live in a beautiful state because suffering is so readily available with fear and anger and irritation and overwhelm and frustration and all those things that are a part of life, right? But we don't have to stay stuck there. We can choose to show up as our best self. So, why will you live in a beautiful state every single day? What would transform if fear were no longer a part of your life? Why will you end suffering as it arises? What are you going to do to stay in a beautiful state moving forward? So, answering these questions will help you to increase that awareness and to start formulating that plan, which is like your map, that massive action plan. What are you going to do to get back to a beautiful state when you're not there? What are you going to do each morning to choose being in a beautiful state? So it really is knowing ahead of time what I can do today to put this into action. So pain and discomfort happen in life. Suffering is a choice. Living in a beautiful state is a moment-to-moment decision. You can decide now to live in a beautiful state no matter what. You're in charge, so take charge. Stand guard at the door of your mind and don't let your monkey brain decide. So this you could put on a note card. Like I love the 3x5 cards, and I have them at my desk where I sit. I have them just kind of in different places to remind me because we are so quick to forget. I would write, I will not allow myself to suffer. I will live in a beautiful state every day. I own life. It doesn't own me. All I have to remember is, and put what works for you. All I need to focus on is, all I need to do is, and you fill in the blank for you on those things. What can you do to get in a beautiful state? Motion equals emotion. So music is very powerful to interrupt the cycle of suffering. Just putting on your favorite songs, dancing, moving, really jumping, just dancing, whatever you're doing, it interrupts the cycle of suffering. It even works for cravings. If you're craving something, just stop to get some movement in. So that is one thing that's powerful. And here's an example from our class. So one of the sweet ladies there, her name is Kathy, and she is a nurse that delivers babies. And back when she first started, it was emotional. Things happen with babies, and she cried a lot at work. And one time, the doctor told her, now, before you cry, let me tell you. And she realized, oh, I do cry a lot. Okay. So she decided to pick up running. Now, she wasn't a runner, she'd never done that before. So she just started um, a little distance this day and a little more the next day. And it wasn't long before she's running more and more. And she wasn't so emotional at work. That made a huge difference. So that motion changed her emotion and it helped her get to where she wanted to be in that beautiful state. She said it happened when she went to Florida 3 years ago. She noticed she was crying more. So she picked up some running and it just shifted her emotion. Okay, so that's something you can do. Walk. So the music, writing down what it is you're feeling, all your thoughts, question them. Are these true? Do you want to keep believing them? Having that vision of what it feels like to get in a beautiful state and be in a beautiful state, that's where you're focused, that's what you're driving for. We have circumstances in life that are sad. We do have pain and discomfort. And so it really is, how can you show up as your best self? And maybe it's just contentment. And maybe it's just seeking for that peace that you're not super excited. No. And you can be sad, but it's not turning to shame or guilt or some of the other negative emotions that don't serve us. It's just that awareness that, yeah, this is my circumstance. You choose the meaning you give to it, and everything is figure outable. And so, with that vision in mind of what a beautiful state looks like, that's what you're striving for. And what can I do to get there? Keep redirecting that brain. It really is a constant decision. When your brain goes down the suffering road of the negative, it's just like, why? Where do I want to be? What can I do to shift back to where I want to be? I hope these videos are helping just to increase your awareness that you do not have to remain in a suffering state. You can choose a beautiful state, whatever that looks like for you, and everything is figure outable. So if you know somebody that's suffering, please share these videos. Let's get the word out that you do not have to stay stuck in the state of suffering. You have everything within you to get in a beautiful state, to figure out what works for you. It's such a joyful process to learn that all these things are possible, that just increasing our awareness that we have a choice and doing the brain work to get us where we want to be. So, my friends, I'm here to cheer you on and tell you what's possible. And you investing the time and doing the work and figuring yourself out is worth it. Yay. All righty. You got this. Bye.